On the news tonight, President Muhammadu Buhari calls for improved response to attacks and kidnapping. Nigerian Union of Journalists commemorates World Television Day 2019. Correspondent examines myth surrounding increased rate of accidents on roads in Ember Month. Hello and welcome to Channel 12 News. Thanks for joining us. I'm Nta Abeokuta. President Muhammadu Buhari has called on security agencies and communities under threat of bandit attacks and kidnappings to be more vigilant and alert in the light of the latest incidents in Enugu, Zamfara, Adamawa, Katsina, and Kaduna states. Adamu Sambo reports.
In a statement by the Senior Special Assistant to the President on Media and Publicity, Garba Shehu says the President that the unpredictability of the security situation calls for all to be more alert. President Buhari says bandits should under no circumstances be allowed to hold the country to ransom on account of security loopholes which they seek to exploit to strike at their victims. The President urged all communities to help security agencies with intelligence in order to stop the bandits in their tracks. The President commended security agencies for their dedication and sacrifices and directed them to redouble their efforts and make life uncomfortable for.
And moving on to legislative matters, the Conference of Speakers of State Legislatures of Nigeria have been directed to make a formal representation to the presidency on areas of concern regarding the implementation of financial autonomy granted state assemblies and state judiciary by the Constitution for necessary action. President Muhammadu Buhari, who gave the directive while granting audience to the chairman and members of the conference, maintains that equity and fairness must prevail in governance. State House correspondent Adamu Sambo has the details. And still on legislative matters, the senators passed the Finance Bill 2019 transmitted by President Muhammadu Buhari.
To increase revenue generation through tax reforms to fund federal government's revenue projects of 8.155 trillion naira in the 2020 appropriation bill, block leakages from inefficient and ineffective tax incentives and expand tax exempt items. The proposed law also seeks to increase VAT from 5 to 7.5%, amend the insurance taxation rules aimed at creating a level playing field for insurance companies, extend stamp duties to electronic receipts, introduce tax rules to capture digital economy and service rendered offshore. The Senate Committee on Finance, which scrutinized the executive bill, recommended that all annual budgets be accompanied by a similar bill. Meanwhile, the Senate has passed 11 bills through first reading. These include the 6 aviation reform bills from the executive.
The House of Representatives is to launch an investigation into privatized government companies which have been deemed non-performing.
Members of the Conference of Speakers of State Legislatures of Nigeria were led to the State House by their chairman, Mudashiru Obasa of the Lagos State Assembly. Their mission to show appreciation to the President for assenting to the 4th Alteration Act of the 1999 Constitution as amended, which granted financial autonomy to both the state parliaments and judiciary. That singular act, according to them, was a clear demonstration of President Buhari's strong passion for an independent legislature as an essential ingredient for good governance in the country. Mr. Obasa, however, alerted the president that the objectives of the constitutional provision are yet to be fully achieved and called for his intervention.
We therefore humbly call on Mr. President to issue an executive order mandating the Accountant General of the Federation to deduct allocation for the state legislature and state judiciary from source to a Federation Account Allocation Committee meeting of any state of the Federation that fails to release the budget of the state legislature and judiciary to them in line with the financial autonomy guaranteed by profession of Section 1213 of 1999 Constitution.
The state lawmakers used the opportunity to, amongst others, commend the president for his doggedness and determination towards stamping out corruption and all kinds of criminal behaviors in the country. President Muhammad Buhari appreciated the engagement with the leadership of the state assemblies, saying he is now better informed, especially on issues relating to the implementation of the autonomy granted them and the judiciary.
I try to be as well as human possible to the Constitution. Please make a formal written submission to my office to ensure it receives the most appropriate attention. I also want to assure you that we remain committed to ensuring that equity and fairness prevails in governance.
The president promised to periodically consult the Conference of State Assembly Speakers towards enhancing democracy, strengthening its institutions, and positively impacting government interventions across Nigeria.
As you are aware, the focus of this government is to ensure collective prosperity for our citizens through the provision of jobs and security and economic opportunity while eliminating corruption in public service.
Already, President Buhari said his administration has started restoring the nation's critical infrastructure to levels that the nation desires, while allocating significant resources to key social services sectors, especially in health, education, as well as empowerment programs. From the State House, Adamu Sambo, NTA News.
And still on legislative matters, the House of Representatives is to launch an investigation into privatized government companies which have been deemed non-performing.
House members, in supporting a matter of moved by OC Prestige, noted the dismal performance over the years of some privatized government companies, thus casting doubts on the implementation of the privatization policy of government, particularly in the power sector. Lawmakers said federal government owns 40% equity shares in some of these entities. Also to be investigated by the House, as resolved, is a contract said to have been awarded in 2017 by the Ministry of Transport through NIMASA, worth more than $195 million for the supply of security surveillance equipment at ports. The House urged NIMASA to halt all payments on the said contract.
And talking World Television Day, the closure of Nigeria's land borders with her neighboring countries is a blessing in disguise to the economy of the country in the area of revenue generation. This is a submission of some of the panelists at the 2019 World Television Day celebration organized by the Consolidated Chapel of the Nigerian Union of Journalists, Ogun State Council. Akin Chimo's report is hereby presented.
World Television Day is a day set aside by the United Nations in 1996 to evaluate the achievements made in television broadcasting since its evolution. Celebrated across the globe, the day offers practitioners the opportunity to brainstorm on how to consolidate on the achievements made in the subsector while also projecting into the future. The 2019 World Television Day celebration, put together by the Consolidated Chapel of the Nigerian Union of Journalists of the State Council, brought together an array of discussants who brainstormed on the topic, the gains and pains of border closure. For some of the panelists, border closure is a blessing in disguise to Nigerian economy.
Suppression of smoking from the world and it has pushed revenue collection of Nigeria from China. As the 9th month of this fiscal year, Nigeria President President exceeded annual revenue target with over 1.23 billion naira at 9 months, which means our revenue profile has increased. Secondly, it has promoted what we call interagency collaboration.
Other members of the panel, however, believed that the pains of border closure surpasses its gains. In their goodwill messages, other speakers unanimously agreed that the policy had assisted to a large extent in minimizing trans-border crimes and had also helped to improve the synergy and collaboration among security agencies.
And as journalists practicing in this state, we believe that it is our responsibility to contribute to the national development through positive and intellectual discussions like this. So we believe that creating this kind of platform for different groups to exchange ideas and bear their merits, we are also contributing our own quota to the development of our nation.
Importance of television broadcasting in the dissemination of information, they noted, could not be overemphasized.
And you're still watching Channel 12 News live on Nta 12 Abeokuta News. After this time out, do stay with us. Welcome back and thank you for staying with us. The menace of corruption in the public sector, the Independent Corrupt Practices and Other Related Offences Commission says it's still winning war against corruption and achieving the desired development in Nigeria. The chairman of ICPC disclosed this on NTA Good Morning Nigeria. Nta Abeokuta reports.
I think it is utopian to think that you can completely eradicate corruption. Globally, there is corruption everywhere.
The view of Professor Bolaji Owasonye is that ending corruption in any society is not visible, but curbing it is possible, as he explains the choice of targeting the public sector.
This category take close to 80% of the budget. Now, if such a small number of people are taking such a huge chunk of the budget, you need to take a look at how it is being used and what purpose it is being applied for. Otherwise, development will remain a mirage.
Other guest says in Nigeria,
we must strengthen two critical preventive institutions in this country. The Code of Conduct Bureau needs to be strengthened to verify all assets declared. The second institution is the National Orientation Agency.
If you really want to fight corruption, you must focus maximum attention on procurement. The lapses within the procurement system mean a lot to this country.
Related issues were also raised, such as the call for creation of special courts and strengthening of relevant institutions, as these are the pathways to enhance the fight against corruption in Nigeria. Responses via Twitters were in agreement with the guests in the studio that corruption is diminishing in Nigeria, and the efforts of President Muhammadu Buhari and the ICPC were applauded. In Abuja, Oluseyi Adiagbo, NTA.
And in another development, all roads lead to Lagos, Nigeria, the host city of the All African Music Awards, AFRIMA, the continent's biggest music event with a theme Feel Africa. Imole took a day report that the Director General of Nigerian Television Authority declared the ceremony open.
Music stars and key players in the creative industry from various parts of Africa converged on Lagos for the 6th edition of the All Africa Music Awards, which seeks to celebrate and reward musical work, talent, and creativity around the African continent. The 4-day event, which will feature about 70 artists started with the welcome party, a reception in honor of arriving AFRIMA nominees and delegates, African Union officials, and members of the International Committee of the awards.
What we do in AFRIMA is to try and put all these new talents on the platform to shine a spotlight on them, not only to help push their careers, but also to help them get started, to help them create that economic power base.
Thousands of people are here. They will stay with them. They will buy food. They will eat. They will go to the market, and they will express Lagos and promote the destination Lagos and destination Nigeria. So you can imagine, so from expedition point of view, they did it precisely.
The Minister of Information and Culture, represented by the Director General of the NTA, urged participants to create time and explore Nigeria.
I want to commend the organizers for a job well done. Putting together an event of this magnitude is learning thing. And on this note, on behalf of the World News At, Alhaji Lawan Muhammad, I declare this year's AFRIMA open.
In Lagos, in Moniayo Tukidi, NTA News.
And on Governors Forum meeting, the Nigeria Governors Forum is working on modalities for the smooth and accelerated implementation of World Bank State Fiscal Transparency and Accountability Program. Abubakar Usman Akwanga reports that this is one of the decisions taken at the 7th meeting of Nigeria Governors Forum.
In quick successions, the Governors Forum is meeting to decide on issues concerning their state and the country in general. This time around, the World Bank standard in the management of resources and sustaining effective fiscal planning regime tops discussion.
Following the presentation from the Auditor General of the Federation on SIFTA's annual performance mission to states, members committed to working with the independent verification agents, IVAs, to ensure that the APA process does not experience any delays.
The Aliko Dangote and Bill Melinda Gates Foundation on Human Capital Development were on hand to update the governors on basic health. Governor Aminu Waziri Tambuwal, who presided over the meeting, says the forum is committed to increasing access to productivity and wealth creation, just as they are developing effective frameworks in collaboration with World Bank and UNICEF to promote adolescent girls' initiatives for learning and empowerment.
Governors promised to hold a dedicated session to reach consensus on what matters most for states and a common agenda to improve the well-being of all Nigerians.
Federal government's policies and reforms on improving the living standard of the citizenry also received endorsement of the forum in Abuja. Abubakar Usman Akwanga, NTA News.
And on special reports, the last 4 months of the year are classified as ember months and are characterized by increase in the number of accidents based on statistics released by the road traffic managers. A popular but erroneous belief among some road users is that certain supernatural forces are responsible for the increased rate of accidents during this period. Akim Juma engages traffic management officials on the phenomenon and brought back a situation report as presented in this.
The end of every year is believed to be synonymous with increased crime rates and road traffic accidents in Nigeria. The last 4 months of the year, September, October, November, and December, otherwise known as ember months, fall into this category. While these months herald the festive end of the year and Yuletide seasons, they are also perceived by some people as a month of increased road mishaps.
So people's mind have actually been conditioned that, to believe that every month, like starting from September, October, November, and December, those are the periods where it will happen. It will happen in January, February, March, April, May.
Specifically, 90% of accidents you see during the ember months and even ordinary days caused by carelessness, human error. But you just see that during the ember months, the roads are naturally hotter than during the rainy season, and most of our tires, most of our vehicles are not roadworthy.
The popular superstitious belief by a school of thought is that some supernatural powers are responsible for the increased rate of road crashes during ember months. while acknowledging the fact that though the rate of accidents is normally on the high side during Ember month, road safety managers debunked the belief that the accidents are caused by supernatural powers.
During the Ember months, like I said earlier on, we have more activities. That is the period that people, because we are very cultural and religious people. So during end of the year, we do naming ceremonies, we do burial ceremonies, we do Thanksgiving. We also dedicate our houses, housewarming. And most times we don't do it in the cities, we do it in the villages. So with that, you have the tendency for people to travel to the villages. So that's why you see more vehicles, more activities. Even those people, the criminals are also looking for money. They want to gather as much as possible so that they can use the money to oppress others in the village.
Experts identified reckless driving, disobedience to traffic rules and regulations, drunkenness while driving, fatigue, overspeeding, absence of vehicles maintenance culture, increased socioeconomic activities during the period, above all, the anxiety and the quest to make more money by commercial drivers as some of the factors responsible for high rate of accidents during the period. Some road users and road traffic managers have, however, advised the drivers to at all times be cautious while driving.
So our message to people is that if you are not careful and you are reckless and you get yourself killed because you are not patient at a diversion point, when the road is completed, you will not benefit from it. So I would advise you, take it easy.
My advice is just that they should drive responsibly and they should not drink while driving in order to avoid any form of accidents.
Then the Hamatan will soon be here. Instead, the Eba Mosque, visibility will be very, very poor. Instead of people to take caution, they still want to maintain the normal speed of going as far as 140, 160 kilometers per hour. Even
for the respondents, all hands must be on deck to minimize road crashes during the 2019 Ember months.
And on revenue allocation, the Federation Account Allocation Committee on Wednesday shared a total of 702.058 billion naira to the 3 tiers of government for the month of October. Let's hear from Benny Adams.
The 702.058 billion naira comprised of revenue from value-added tax, exchange gain, and solid minerals revenue.
This figure is higher than what was recorded in the previous month, which was 693 billion 529 million, and the difference is 8 billion 530 million.
A breakdown of the allocation shows the federal government got 295.737 billion naira. States got 192.697 billion naira, while the local governments got 144.987 billion naira. The oil-producing states shared 49.164 as 13% derivation, while cost of collection stood at 19.472 billion naira.
The balance in the excess crude account as at 19th November 2019 is $324.036 million.
The next meeting is proposed for mid-December. Benny Adams, NTA.
Let's turn to our business desk for more on business news.
The gains of the partial land border closure by the federal government has continued to be applauded by more stakeholders.
I think it's a very big plus. The idea is that if you look at what is happening, we are getting value for our produce now. We are not getting undue competition.
The transparency of a budget document determines its workability in terms of application. This, to a large extent, is determined by the level of participation of critical stakeholders in the formulation of a budget.
So the governor instructs all the legislators to go back to their constituency before the preparation of any budget. Please find out in each community what your community needs. What type of project do they need? What do they desire?
Internally generated revenue is the chief financier of a budget
especially where borrowing is deliberately clamped down upon. Taxation is not without its challenges.
Nigeria has a very large informal sector, and informal sector has been characterized as a very hard to tax sector. So if you have more than half of your economy in the informal sector, and you already have other existing tax challenges besides this, and you have a complex, rather complex issue.
That's business news at this time. I'm Kola Muhammad.
And talking sports, the Sand Eagles of Nigeria are to face Portugal tomorrow in their first match at the ongoing World Soccer Beach Tournament in Paraguay. In this report, correspondent Rashid Junaid takes a look at the chances of the Sand Eagles in the tournament.
The Eagles of Nigeria has landed in Paraguay for the 2019 World Beach Soccer Tournament, despite playing a number of warm-up matches to put the team on proper footing for the tourney. Some soccer fans remain unimpressed.
Majority of our guys that are playing this beach soccer are just normal players that do play football. They will just come and train for a couple of weeks. So the tactical aspect of it is still worse, that is still eluding us as a team.
I'm not so convinced that we are at the level we should be when it comes to sand football.
Sports lovers, analysts say beach soccer is quite different from football, where win counts as points, while in beach soccer, goals count as points. What then is the way out for the Eagles to prevail in the tournament?
This is about goals. The more points, the more goals you score, it is what they count for you at the end of the day. So we just hope that if they can get maximum points if it's possible tomorrow, then in 2 or 3 days after, they'll be playing Brazil, which we believe that Brazil, being familiar foe, we believe that they'll be able to surmount the pressure. We always concede so many goals when it comes to beach soccer, but they just have to do something with their defense. Also, when it comes to one of the best tactics of beach soccer is accuracy, that you can shoot from anywhere and you shoot to the goalpost.
If we are determined, if we are so resolute, and if we can show that tenacious spirit we have, or we've shown in the time past, we can beat them.
The Sand Eagles are paired in group with Portugal, Brazil and Oman in the ongoing competition. Analysts say it is important for the team to leverage on the quality of players in the squad to advance beyond the group stage. Rashid Junaid, Nta Sport.
And still talking sports, the Sports Ministry and the Nigeria Economic Summit Group partners on sport development on a day the International Olympic Committee bans boxing officials. Ayodeji Makinde tells us more on sport update.
Two-time African champions, the Super Sand Eagles of Nigeria, will begin their campaign at this year's FIFA Beach Soccer World Cup Finals in Paraguay when they clash with world number 2 Portugal in Asunción on Friday. This year's finals will hold at the Los Pinandi World Cup Stadium, named after the Paraguayan national beach soccer team, and located at the headquarters of the Paraguayan Olympic Committee in Grota Asunción. Nigeria earned the tickets to feature at the 16-team World Cup finals after finishing second at the CAF Beach Soccer Cup of Nations held in Egypt in December 2018. Champion Senegal are the other team flying Africa's flag in Paraguay. This year's final will kick off on Thursday and end on Sunday 1st December. In boxing, American Ryan Martin has been suspended for 4 years over a failed drug test following a bout against Scotland's Josh Taylor in Glasgow. The 26-year-old tested positive for metabolites of testosterone after the fight on 3rd November 2018. UK Anti-Doping said Martin's suspension begins from the date of the fight night. Martin claimed the banned substance had been contained within a supplement. Taylor won the super lightweight fight, Martin's first loss in 23 bouts.
And that wraps up Channel 12 News. Thank you for watching. I'm Idarisit Adedogun. Bye for now.
Aláṣẹ Muhammadu Buhari ti pè fún ìtakìjí sí àṣà ìjínigbé àti ìkọlù. Ẹgbẹ́ àwọn akọ̀ròyìn ní ìpínlẹ̀ Ògùn darapọ̀ mọ́ àwùjọ àgbáyé láti sàmì sí àyájọ́ tẹlifíṣàn tọdún yìí. Akọ̀ròyìn wa ṣe àgbéyẹ̀wò ìgbàgbọ́ àwọn èèyàn lórí ìjàmbá ọkọ̀ tó ń wáyé lásìkò oṣù bàbàbà. Wọ̀nyí ẹ wá nǹkan fìdílé láti gbọ́ ìròyìn ọ̀hún ní kíkún. Fúnmiláyọ̀ Pátọ́lá ní oníròyìn ìròyìn ọ̀hún rèé. Aláṣẹ Muhammadu Buhari ti ké sí àwọn ẹ̀ṣọ́ elétò ààbò àti agbègbè tó wà nínú pákáleke ìdúnkokò mọ́ni tòun ìjínigbé wípé kí wọ́n túbọ̀ wà lójúfò kí wọ́n sì kíyèsára lóòrèkóòrè kí wọ́n kẹ́kọ̀ọ́ lára àwọn ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ eléyìí tó ń wáyé lágbègbè ìpínlẹ̀ Enugu, Zamfara, Adamawa, Katsina àti Kaduna láwọn òkè ọya lọ́hùn-ún. Akọ̀ròyìn wa Adamu Sambo ó ló fi iṣẹ́ náà jẹ́ tó sì sọ wípé aláṣẹ Muhammadu Buhari tẹnpẹlẹ mọ́ bó ṣe ṣe pàtàkì tó kí tolórí tẹlẹ́mù ọmọ orílẹ̀-èdè yìí kí wọ́n túbọ̀ takìjí pẹ̀lú ìwọ̀yá ìjà sí àwọn ìwà ìporógọ bẹ́ẹ̀ láwùjọ wa. Wọ́n ti paláṣẹ fún àpérò àwọn aṣáájú ilé ìgbìmọ̀ aṣòfin ti ìpínlẹ̀ gbogbo wípé kí wọ́n fi èròǹgbà àwọn aṣòfin ìpínlẹ̀ hàn lórí àmúṣe ìlànà sísan owó tààràtà sọ́dọ̀ àwọn aṣòfin àti ẹ̀ka ètò ìdájọ́ kí wọ́n lè ṣe ìgbéléwọ̀n rẹ̀ ní ìbámu pẹ̀lú ìlànà òfin ilé wa. Aláṣẹ Muhammadu Buhari ló pàṣẹ yìí nígbà tó ń gbàlejò alága àti àwọn ọmọ ìgbìmọ̀ àpérò náà. Ó tẹnpẹlẹ mọ́ wípé nínú ìṣàkóso òun kò gbọdọ̀ sí ojúṣàájú, bẹ́ẹ̀ sì ni wọ́n gbọdọ̀ láre ìyẹn ohun gbogbo tó jẹ́ ẹ̀tọ́ àwọn ọmọ orílẹ̀-èdè yìí pátá. Akọ̀ròyìn wa Adamu Sambo òun ló jábọ̀ àpérò náà. Àwọn aṣòfin àgbà orílẹ̀-èdè yìí ló ti jọ́yìn fún àbá òfin ètò ìṣúná eléyìí tí aláṣẹ Muhammadu Buhari tí ó gbé kawájú wọn. Àbá ètò ìnáwó náà tó ní èrèdí 5 ọ̀tọ̀ọ̀tọ̀ tó ní ṣe pẹ̀lú bí owó tó ń wọlé sápò ìjọba yóò ṣe máa bùyàrí sí nípa ṣíṣe ìgbéléwọ̀n owó orí sísan tí ìjọba yóò fi gbọ́ lára bùkátà ètò ìṣúná ti ọdún tó ń bọ̀ gẹ́gẹ́ bí wọ́n ṣe là á kalẹ̀. Bákan náà ni yóò pagidínà iná àpà eléyìí tó máa ń jẹ jáde látàrí yíyọ̀ǹda àwọn owó orí kan tó yẹ káwọn èèyàn san. Bákan náà ni àbá òfin náà ń béèrè fún ìyọ̀ǹda láti sọ owó orí ọjà di 7.5% nínú 100 dípò 5% tí wọ́n ń lò lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ báyìí. Ẹ̀wẹ̀ ó ní ṣe pẹ̀lú ètò ìdíyelófò àwọn iléeṣẹ́. Ní báyìí ìgbìmọ̀ àwọn aṣòfin àgbà tó wà fún ètò ìṣúná tó wo àbá òfin náà láwòfin sọ wípé kí wọ́n máa fi abala òfin yìí kan náà ti ètò ìṣúná ọdọọdún dì í. Àbá òfin 11 láwọn aṣòfin àgbà náà tún ṣiṣẹ́ lé lórí fún ìgbà àkọ́kọ́. Síwájú sí láti ilé ìgbìmọ̀ aṣòfin àpapọ̀ nílẹ̀ wa, wọ́n ti fẹ́ bẹ̀rẹ̀ iṣẹ́ ìwádìí lórí iléeṣẹ́ ìjọba àpapọ̀ tó ti di taládàáni tó sì ti dàbí ẹni pakasọ tán báyìí. Àwọn aṣòfin tó ń kín àbá kan tó pè fún àbójútó ní kíákíá èyí tí ọ̀kan lára wọn gbé kalẹ̀ sọ wípé akitiyan iléeṣẹ́ náà ti mẹ́hẹ lọ láì mọye ọdún tó sì jẹ́ wípé ọ̀gọ̀rọ̀ àwọn iléeṣẹ́ ìjọba ló wà ní ipò bẹ́ẹ̀ eléyìí tó sì yẹ kí wọ́n má ṣiyèméjì lórí rẹ̀ bóyá kí wọ́n yọ̀ǹda wọn fún aládàáni pàápàá ẹ̀ka ìpèsè agbára. Yàtọ̀ sí èyí tí wọ́n fẹ́ ṣe ìwádìí lórí rẹ̀, bákan náà làwọn aṣòfin ọ̀hún ń fẹ́ ṣe ìwádìí lórí iṣẹ́ àkànṣe kan tí wọ́n gbé fún agbaṣẹ́ṣe ní ọdún 2017, ìyẹn bí ọdún méjì sẹ́yìn, ní iléeṣẹ́ tó ń rí sí ìgbòkègbodò ọkọ̀ tí owó rẹ̀ sì ń lọ bí $250 mílíọ̀nù owó dọ́là ilẹ̀ òkèèrè. Ilé ìgbìmọ̀ aṣòfin náà ti wá sọ fún iléeṣẹ́ NEMASA wípé kó ṣèwọ́rọ́ lórí àkànṣe iṣẹ́ náà títí tí ìwádìí wọn yóò fi fẹnu sọlẹ̀ síbì kan. Wọ́n ti tọ́ka sí wípé ọ̀nà ìbùkún ní títì tí wọ́n ti àlẹ́nubodè àwọn orílẹ̀-èdè kan nítorí pé nípasẹ̀ ìgbésẹ̀ yìí wọ́n ti ṣẹ̀ ń rí àtúbọ̀tán rẹ̀ lára ètò ọrọ̀ ajé wa tó sì jẹ́ pé owó tí ìjọba ń pa wọlé ó ti bùyàrí sí i. Èyí ló jẹ́ lájorí ọ̀rọ̀ táwọn tó sọ̀rọ̀ lórí àyájọ́ tẹlifíṣàn lágbàáyé sọ níbi àkànṣe ètò tí ẹgbẹ́ àwọn akọ̀ròyìn ẹ̀ka ti ìpínlẹ̀ Ògùn gbé kalẹ̀ láti fi sàmì sí àyájọ́ náà. Ẹ gbọ́ ìròyìn ẹ̀ síwájú sí i látẹnu akọ̀ròyìn wa.
Àyájọ́ ọjọ́ ẹ̀rọ amóhùnmáwòrán jẹ́ àyájọ́ ọjọ́ kan tí àjọ àgbáyé yà sọ́tọ̀ ní ọdún 1996 láti mọ rírì ipa tí ẹ̀rọ amóhùnmáwòrán ń kó láwùjọ. Bákan náà ni àyájọ́ ọ̀hún tún wà fún àwọn akọ́ṣẹ́mọṣẹ́ láti jíròrò ọ̀nà ìtẹ̀síwájú ẹ̀ka ìgbóhùnsáfẹ́fẹ́. Ẹgbẹ́ akọ̀ròyìn Consolidated Chapel nípínlẹ̀ Ògùn ló ṣe àkójọpọ̀ ayẹyẹ àyájọ́ ẹ̀rọ amóhùnmáwòrán níbi tí ọ̀gọ̀ọ̀rọ̀ àwọn akópa ti wà níbẹ̀ tí wọ́n sì ń jíròrò lórí àkòrí tí wọ́n pè ní ipa àti èrè títì ẹnu ibodè ìlú pa. Fún àwọn tí wọ́n sọ̀rọ̀ níbẹ̀, wọ́n ní èrè tó farasin tó pọ̀ wà nínú ìgbésẹ̀ náà fún ètò ọrọ̀ ajé orílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà, nígbà tí àwọn mìíràn sọ pé ìpalára tó mú bá àwọn èèyàn pọ̀ ju èrè rẹ̀ lọ. Wọ́n fẹnukò níbi ìjókòó náà pé ìgbésẹ̀ títì ẹnu ibodè pa ọ̀hún ti mú ẹ̀dínkù bá ìwà ọ̀daràn lẹ́nu ibodè, eléyìí tí ó máa ń wáyé láti ìlú mìíràn sí orílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà. Wọ́n wá tan pẹlẹmọ pé kí ìfẹsẹ̀rinlẹ̀ ètò ààbò túbọ̀ lè tẹ̀síwájú, ìfọwọ́sowọ́pọ̀ gbọ́dọ̀ wà láàrin àwọn iléeṣẹ́ aláàbò gbogbo orílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà. Wọ́n ní ipa tí iléeṣẹ́ amóhùnmáwòrán ń kó láwùjọ kò ṣeé fọwọ́rọ́ sẹ́yìn. Kẹ́mi Ọ̀rúnṣolú Síkírù ló ti ń jábọ̀ ìròyìn fún iléeṣẹ́ Nta Abeokuta.
Àwọn oṣù mẹ́rin tó gbẹ̀yìn ọdún ní àwọn èèyàn ti sọ ní orúkọ tí wọ́n ń pè ní oṣù bàbàbà, tí wọ́n sì ti sọ àwọn oṣù ọ̀hún lẹ́nu pẹ̀lú látàrí bí ìjàmbá ọkọ̀ bí ó ṣe máa ń wọ́pọ̀ lásìkò náà. Ìgbàgbọ́ ọ̀gọ̀rọ̀ àwọn èèyàn sí ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ náà ni wípé àwọn ẹ̀mí òkùnkùn ló máa ń gbìnàyá tí wọ́n sì máa ń ṣokùnfà ìjàmbá ọkọ̀ ní àwọn oṣù bàbàbà náà. Akọ̀ròyìn wa Akeem Jimoh ló bá àwọn ìṣojú pópónà kan sọ̀rọ̀ tó ṣe àkójọpọ̀ ìròyìn yẹn. Ẹ gbọ́ àtúpalẹ̀ rẹ̀ síwájú sí i látẹnu akọ̀ròyìn wa.
Gbàgbọ́ wà wípé ó máa ń kún fún onírúurú ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ láabi, pàápàá jùlọ ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ ìjàmbá ní ojú òpópónà ní orílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà. Àwọn oṣù mẹ́rin tí ó kẹ́yìn ọdún bíi oṣù September, October, November àti December tí a mọ̀ sí oṣù bàbàbà gbígbọ́ sí ìpele àwọn oṣù tí àwọn èèyàn máa ń bẹ̀rù jùlọ nínú ọdún. Bí àwọn oṣù yìí ṣe jẹ́ àsìkò fún pọ̀pọ̀ ṣíṣe ọdún tuntun àti ọdún Kérésìmesì, ìgbàgbọ́ àwọn kan ni pé àwọn ẹ̀mí òkùnkùn kan ni ó máa ń ṣokùnfà ìjàmbá ní ojú òpópónà láwọn àsìkò wọ̀nyí. Nígbà tí wọ́n fi ìdí ẹ̀ múlẹ̀ pé ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ ìjàmbá máa ń pọ̀ lákòókò yìí, àwọn tí wọ́n jẹ́ ẹ̀ṣọ́ elétò ààbò ní ojú òpópónà sọ wípé kò kí ń ṣe àwọn ẹ̀mí òkùnkùn kan ni ó máa ń ṣokùnfà irúfẹ́ ìjàmbá bẹ́ẹ̀. Wọ́n yànnàná àwọn ohun tó máa ń fà á bíi mímọ àwọn ọkọ̀ níwàkuwà, kíkọ etí ìgbọràn sí gbogbo òfin ìrìnnà, mímu ọtí lásìkò tí wọ́n bá ń wa ọkọ̀ àti mímọ̀ ṣe ìtọ́jú ọkọ̀ bí títọ́ àti bó ṣe yẹ, pẹ̀lú bí àwọn ọlọ́kọ̀ pàápàá jùlọ àwọn ọlọ́kọ̀ èrò ṣe máa ń kọjú wa owó lásìkò náà. Èyí ló sì máa ń ṣokùnfà tí irúfẹ́ ìjàmbá bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe máa ń pọ̀ lásìkò oṣù bàbàbà. Wọ́n wá rọ àwọn awakọ̀ wípé lásìkò yìí kí wọ́n máa ṣe pẹ̀lẹ́kùtù lójú òpópónà kí wọ́n sì máa tẹ̀lé gbogbo òfin ìrìnnà. Bákan náà lọ ní tí àwùjọ orílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà bá fẹ́ kí irúfẹ́ ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ báyìí di àfìsẹ́yìn tí gbogbo fi sọ, àgọ́ ló yẹ kí ọ̀nà náà jẹ́. Ó yẹ kí gbogbo èrò pawọ́pọ̀ kí wọ́n rí i pé wọ́n dá àwọn awakọ̀ lẹ́kọ̀ọ́ bí ó ṣe yẹ kí wọ́n máa wa ọkọ̀ ní ojú òpópónà lóòrèkóòrè. Mohammed Abimowale ni ó ti ń jábọ̀ rẹ̀ láti lè ṣe Nta Abeokuta.
Ọlá òde yìí ni àwọn oníbọ́ọ̀lù àfẹsẹ̀gbá lórí iyanrìn létídò ìyẹn Sand Eagles ilẹ̀ wa yóò máa fẹsẹ̀ wọnsẹ̀ fún ìgbà àkọ́kọ́ níbi ìdíje àfẹsẹ̀gbárù rẹ̀ tí ó ń wáyé ní Paraguay. Nínú àkànṣe ìròyìn yìí, akọ̀ròyìn wa Rasheed Junaid ṣe àgbéyẹ̀wò ṣóṣeéṣe kí àwọn ọmọ ilẹ̀ wa kí wọ́n borí ìdíje náà. Ẹ gbọ́ ìròyìn náà síwájú sí i.
Eagles of Nigeria has landed in Paraguay.
A tọrọ àforíjì fún ìkọ̀sẹ̀ ìròyìn yẹn. Ìròyìn wa fún ti àṣálẹ́ òní kò ní jù báyìí lọ. Ẹ pàdé wa láṣálẹ́ ọ̀la fún àkọ́tún ìròyìn. Mo kí yín, oore lásùn, ó dàrọ̀.
Àyítẹ̀gá Muhammadu Buhari yírọ́ná ṣíṣe yàgà dídádó àwọn afún gbogbo àdánfọ́ndó méjì òmẹ fífin sí òpópónà tó àyítẹ̀ Nàìjíríà tán mẹ́. Ògbẹ́rin nìkan gbé àyítẹ̀ ìtànlẹ̀ kó dóhìágò ná àìhántó sí tẹlifíṣàn sí àzán òpè 2019 tán. Ìrìn yìí tọ̀mítàn wípọ́n òun he nọ́sọ́mbọ̀ òun sí àwọn òfin tó nà jọ tó sún ẹnẹ ẹgbọ̀ngbòdò tó pè mẹ́lẹ́mẹ́ nìkúdòwòjà yìí nìyẹn Clemson television ọ̀rìn ti Abẹ́òkúta tó mẹ́rẹ́ tómi dè jẹ́ nínú mi tán wẹ̀ Anthony Gandonu. Àyítẹ̀gá Muhammadu Buhari wẹ̀ ní sẹ̀rẹ̀ kó sáwọ́ yírọ́ná àlọ́ ṣándó zọ́n sílẹ̀ dọ̀rọ̀ náà yé nímọ̀dọ̀ yìí wà zọ́n dópọ̀ gbódò oto gánlẹ̀ pípó nàdọ́mọ̀dọ̀ yìí zẹ́ àwọn pé àfọ̀dánfọ́ndó méjì mẹ́ẹ̀tò òun bá sí ẹnẹ̀ àfọ̀n yírọ̀mẹ̀ gbódò òmẹ̀ fífin kó lè pé tó jìjọ tó àyítẹ̀ ẹnẹ̀ bílẹ̀bù ẹ̀rọ ẹ̀jẹ̀rẹ̀ náà yé ní fọ́nsún àmọ̀ràn ẹnẹ̀ gbẹ̀tọ́ yìí tó gán lọ́lẹ̀ gbogbo àlọ́sán tó zán sílẹ̀ bíbó dọ̀ ehe bíba sí ṣọ́wẹ̀sìn gánzán bọ̀dẹ̀ pònádó pẹ́lá hàn wù sí òwò ètò ìjọ tó Enugu Zamfara Adamawa Katsina gbogbo Kaduna síntomepo yìí tọ̀mítàn Adamu Sambo pẹ̀lú gígọ́ọ̀lù lọ́tàn wa. Òpúrígbó lẹ́yìn nǹkan tó òsèǹdó họ àyí mátẹ̀ẹ̀tàn lẹ́ẹ̀tọ́ àyítí Nàìjíríà tán lẹ́ẹ̀dẹ̀wẹ̀ àyínàmẹ̀kọ yìí dọ̀nà yìí nímọ̀dọ̀ yìí zé vẹ́nà wẹ́mà yìí tán sí òhó dọ́gbọ̀n yìí yíza ẹnẹ̀ àbọ̀ǹdì nínú òsèǹdó họ lẹ́ẹ̀tọ́ àyítí ẹ̀mẹ́ náà yìí ló zán àpẹ́ náà yìí dé sí òun bíbí ọ̀yí tán dóhàn àhọ́dù sí àsánhọ́ sí àhàlámẹ̀ ẹ̀dọ̀ ehe gbogbo àbọ̀ǹdì nínú òwẹ̀dọ̀ ọ̀hàlà yìí mátẹ̀ẹ̀rẹ̀ tán kókórìdé òsèǹwé àyítẹ̀ ìtàn zẹ̀dá ìdókòó ehe lọ́sùn yín òun èjẹ̀ dandan àyítẹ̀gá Muhammadu Buhari wẹ̀mí sèdò ẹ̀dọ̀ ẹ̀hìn tó hùnú èdòtò yìí jóná mẹ̀yìn nǹkan tọ́ òsèǹdóhọ̀ àyímátẹ̀tàn lẹ̀ he àsìkò jìnnà tọ́ yìí tàn he sọ́yìn nǹkan tọ́ òsèǹdóhọ̀ àwọn àyímátẹ̀tàn ẹ̀nẹ̀ ọbaṣá jẹ̀nùkànnà wọ ẹ̀yẹ́ yìí àyítẹ̀gàdé yẹ́dọ̀ ẹ̀hìn ní bìbá sí ìnádọ́mọ̀dọ̀ yẹ́dìkẹ́ zẹ́zẹ́ bìbá sí tàbí zẹ́zẹ́ nínú nípa àhọ́dù bíbá sí tó àyí mátẹ̀kódó àyí tẹ̀kómẹ̀ yẹ́dọ̀ ònú ìzọ́nbọ̀ ẹ̀mí tó wá àyí tẹ̀gàdé kódì ònú ìrìn yìí tẹ̀mítàn Adamu Sambodọ̀ wẹ̀nà tó dìkẹ́ ná àyí tẹ̀gá ni modo yiza ekla ablonde nina a yimate sin osendo hole podo ohweda hala yimate ton le ton po na ye so ni to no zan akọ na ye de ye ni mo no te pon ahodu sin hala we podo no zan akọ mo nko ton bro edo he bibasi na zambo agai na so to kla ahodu dagbe bibasi si ohoto wa iteme po na zomo bode epo eme titedo mego tavi ove vive wepo yiri ndo mo akọ ido basi ahodu sin ohoto wa iteme osendo hoda ho a iten ton mi se do yiko so do alo eme owede do le go dogbon akwazansi oho opo 2019 ton de he a yitenga Muhammadu Buhari ye kando holan ni yito mi ton yi gigol lotun wa bodo osendo toro mi se do yi ba he to a isisi ye ton he wa yi me to egbe te ye do bibasilo weyin na do modo ye hen aga podo akọ ewu bi oho me si ovu potu wa iteme edo ehe lo suna so zomo bona kpala fojerado he na kpala amuro ko yi si ovu to wa ite Nigeria to me edo ehe le uwe na zombo gbeto du ko mana to no na akọ yawe de ma jero na no na gba ehe lo suna so zo bodo me jero nule ni yido lo suna do yido monga susu he yesu dogbo àyítẹ́ ìtàn tó bíbíọ́ náà èyí tó bẹ́ òun lè yàn gànù tán lẹ́bíọ́ àyítẹ́ ìmẹ̀ wẹ̀yí kó sọ́ọ́ dóhìá ó di òun ṣe zọ́nbọ̀ àgà ìdó kọ́lá àjọ́hó àyítẹ́ Nàìjíríà tán dógbòn àkọ́wù bí ọ̀họ́ mi sí òhó jíhi ehe wẹ̀yìn òun gbẹ̀gbẹ̀tọ́ ẹ̀dọ̀hó tó òhò 2019 tán sí àzán ẹ̀yà ìhọ́n tó sí àzán dógbòn tẹlifíṣàn sí òhó jí tán he sin aya jije wa yi me to gbe instead of ogbe consolidated chapel ene ogbe nìkan gbe ayi ten itan wo eyin onu we do ti to mo nkan tan te edo ti to lowo eyin ti do te na do ba si lodi onu eyin yi to mi tan Akim Jimoh yi wa do edo ti to mo nkan tan wo eyin bi ba si lodi onu eyin na ba si hoji na do to hiya bi be he television no be to àyítẹ́ Nàìjíríà kódó àìhán tó pọ̀ sí òhómẹ̀ ìdọ̀ òtàdóná ti tó lọ́tàn èyí bá sí òwe wẹ̀nà tó yán ònúwò yín bẹ́pọ́lá kódó dàgbé he tògbó he àyítẹ́ ọdún oṣù dó àyítẹ́ ìdẹ́fọ́lẹ́ ẹ̀dọ́ náà yìí nínú bẹ́ẹ̀ ní dúdú bí ọ àyítẹ́ mi kò hàn pọ́lá àjọwọ́ àyítẹ́ Nàìjíríà tán. Ònúwò èyí lọ́dọ̀ àrí sí dúdú sí òhó tó àhọ́dù sí àhàràmẹ̀ wẹ̀ àsánpádé ní àlọ́sán tó sánpádé yẹn náà zé àwọn pé àìsí dúdú sí òhó kódó òhó dèvò bọ́dọ̀gù mọ́ nǹkan lẹ́bi pé ní ICPC kò sọ ọgbà tó dóhìá dọ̀ àwọn àzé pé àìsí dúdú sí òhó sí àwọn funfun eyín ònú ètò mọ̀tán kọ́ tó dàgbèjì edo ẹ̀yìn sọ zombo àgàyè tó tó pípẹ́ àìtẹ́ Nàìjíríà tán àsìkò jìnnà tó ọ̀bẹ ICPC lọ́tàn wẹ̀mí sẹ́dọ̀ ẹ̀hún sún èjì tó wẹ̀ ní wá tó àgbàsá hìyá tó ti tò mí tán ẹ̀mẹ̀ Good Morning Nigeria tán jí ẹnu wá yìí mẹ́tò gbèsò èyí tó mi tán Olúṣèyẹ Adéàgbò wẹ̀yí gígọ́ọ̀lù lọ́tàn wá náà. tó àwọn orin yìí mẹ́tẹ̀mẹ̀ wẹ̀mí sẹ́dọ̀ Nàìjíríà yìí tẹ̀ filẹ̀ gbogbo ògbẹ́dẹ̀bù mọ́ nǹkan tán lẹ́bi kó yẹ ọkọ̀ náà tó mọ̀dọ̀ yìí bá sí àyà jíjẹ ẹnẹ òhàn jìjì sí ònú nínàmẹ Áfíríkà yìí tẹ̀tàn ẹnẹ Áfírímà tán ẹwà yìí mẹ tó fìdí ògbẹ́ mọ̀ nǹkan tán lẹ́ tó òhàn jìjì sí àhàrà mẹ sọ ìhàn sí náà rẹ̀ lọ́sùn wa gbogbo wa dọ̀ ònú yìí tọ̀tàn ẹnẹ òhàn ẹ̀ sọ yìí gbogbo bá sí ìmọ́lẹ̀ ayọ̀ tó kéde yìí gígọ́rin lọ́tún abúdọ̀ Uganda hó àzánpá ẹ̀ǹtì ìtàn wẹ̀mí sẹ̀dọ̀ òhun àfọ̀sọ́nùkú jìnnà títò lọ ìwà yìí mẹ́tò àwọn rìn tó sánẹ̀ sọ̀nẹ̀. ehe wọ́n ń pe dóòlù lọ́ọ́ èkó jẹ̀mìtì sún tẹlifíṣàn họ Nta Abeokuta tọ̀nẹ̀ mìdíkẹ́mi ní pẹ́tò sọ náà gígọ́rin lọ́tún lẹ́bù ní ìdọ́dàgbé.
Thank you.